Hello everyone, welcome back. Have you ever held a coin in your hand, just a simple piece of metal, and felt as though it carried a story far greater than its weight? Pause, lean in with suspense. What if that coin wasn't just worth $1 but carried a mystery, a legend, a piece of American history, and maybe even a hidden fortune? Rise in energy, more dramatic. Today, I want to take you on a journey into the world of the 2000 Sacagawea Dollar coin, a coin that looked ordinary to millions of people who spent it in vending machines, in grocery stores, or tucked it into change jars, but in truth, some of these coins are extraordinary, worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. Slight pause, warm but suspenseful tone, and beyond the money, they tell a story that blends history, culture, and one of the most fascinating design experiments in modern U.S. coinage. Shift tone to inviting, urgent. Stay with me, because by the time we're done, you'll never look at a golden dollar the same way again. Energetic, persuasive, direct call to action. Before we dive into the secrets, let me ask you for one small favor. If you love uncovering hidden treasures, if you enjoy learning how something ordinary can suddenly turn into something priceless, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now, tap the like button so this story reaches more people like you, and tell me in the comments if you've ever found or owned a Sacagawea Dollar coin. Smile in your voice, playful curiosity. I want to know your story, because your comment could be the spark for our next adventure. Shift back to dramatic storytelling, steady voice, painting the scene. Now, let's travel back to the year 2000. Slight pause, nostalgic tone. The world is buzzing with the dawn of a new millennium. Technology is advancing, the internet is connecting people like never before, and the United States Mint decides it's time to give Americans something new in their wallets. For decades, the dollar coin had struggled to gain traction. The Eisenhower dollar of the 1970s was big and heavy, more like a casino token than pocket change. The Susan B. Anthony dollar, released in 1979, was smaller and more practical, but it was constantly confused with quarters because of its similar size and color. Lean in, emphasize with a bit of disappointment, people didn't want to use it. The Mint knew they needed something different, something striking, something beautiful enough to capture attention and practical enough to circulate. Build excitement, dramatic reveal tone. And so, in 2000, the Sacagawea Dollar was born. Pause, softer reverence, a golden coin, small, light, and elegant, with a smooth golden hue that set it apart instantly from any other coin in circulation. On the obverse, the portrait of Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who played a critical role as a guide and interpreter on the Lewis and Clark expedition. Gentle, respectful tone, she is shown carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, on her back, her gaze steady and forward, symbolizing hope, resilience, and guidance into the unknown. Rise in energy. On the reverse, a soaring eagle in flight, wings spread, clutching arrows, surrounded by stars, an image of freedom, strength, and the promise of the nation. Suspenseful, mysterious tone. But here's the twist. Not all Sacagawea dollars are the same. Some are rare. Some are flawed. Some are so mysterious that collectors have spent years trying to track them down. And a handful, just a handful, are worth fortunes that could change someone's life forever. Faster pace, energetic curiosity. Think about that for a moment. A coin that millions of Americans used without a second thought, slipped into soda machines, tossed into tip jars, or saved in piggy banks, might actually be worth tens of thousands of dollars today. Pause, drop voice slightly lower, that's why you need to pay attention. Rise in energy again, because in a moment, I'm going to reveal not only why the Sacagawea Dollar was created, but also the unbelievable stories of the rarest and most valuable pieces, the errors that slipped past the mint, and how you can identify if the coin sitting in your drawer is one of the treasures people dream about finding. Smooth storytelling rhythm, nostalgic tone. Now let's set the scene. It's the late 1990s, and the U.S. Mint is facing a problem. The public doesn't like dollar coins. They've tried. They've experimented. The Eisenhower was too large. The Susan B. Anthony was too confusing. Bills were still more popular, easier to carry, and more familiar. Dramatic emphasis. So how do you make Americans fall in love with a coin they never asked for? Pause, then reveal with dramatic warmth. The answer was bold design. The Mint launched a national campaign to design a new coin that would represent both America's history and its future. They wanted a face that wasn't another president, someone who would stand out, someone who would symbolize courage and leadership. After debates, discussions, and proposals, the decision was made. Sacagawea, the young Native American woman who guided Lewis and Clark through their expedition across the uncharted West. Respectful, almost poetic tone. Choosing Sacagawea wasn't just about history, it was about representation. For the first time, a Native American woman would appear prominently on a circulating U.S. coin. The mint wanted it to be golden in color, not silver, so it wouldn't be mistaken for a quarter. To achieve this, they used a special manganese brass alloy that gave it its unique golden hue. Gentle admiration, the coin gleamed in the hand, new, different, a fresh face for the new millennium. Suspenseful, lower voice. But even as it launched, mysteries began to surround it. Pause, tension builds. Some coins struck in 2000 were made not with the manganese brass alloy, but with the copper-nickel planchets of state quarters, a minting error that produced one of the most valuable Sacagawea dollar varieties ever, the legendary Cheerios dollar. Dramatic emphasis on the word, why Cheerios? Because in the year 2000, as part of a marketing push, the mint partnered with General Mills to put 5,500 of these new Sacagawea dollars inside Cheerios cereal boxes as a promotion. Slightly playful tone, smile and voice, these coins were meant to be ordinary strikes. But years later, collectors discovered that some of those Cheerios dollars had a prototype reverse design with more detailed eagle tail feathers, making them extremely rare. Rise in energy, dramatic awe. Today, those Cheerios Sacagawea dollars can sell for $5,000, $10,000, even upwards of $20,000 depending on condition. Pause, drop voice. Imagine opening your cereal box, pulling out a coin, and unknowingly holding a treasure.